Broski got me. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in me, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah.
I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
Eyes on the prize, it's my last soda. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. Don't need industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my last soda. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, and she know it. Eyes on the prize, just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah, all over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO. Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too high up. I got keys, that girl's on fire.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying with Robinson. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Brought down by Quay Walker. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Penix on 3rd down. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10 from the 41. Penix. Complete right side to Washington. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Play action. Here's Penix. Taking a deep shot here. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Eagles have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. So the defense decides to decline the penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Hey, 73.
Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Hurts trying again on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Hurts throwing again. He's got Smith. Jukes one defender, and he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It goes as a gain of 19 yards, and that's good for an Eagles first down. They've reached midfield, Brock, and this new set of downs is going to begin the march into enemy territory.
63.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. Barkley's got it. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Completed left side to Smith. And they bring him down around the 34.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with third down and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Robinson up the middle. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Eagles will take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Great.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just a field goal separates these. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
No touch that. Bill King.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Third and just 2 to go.
No touch that. Stand. No touch.
Now Hurts. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. The Eagles are in punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. He fields this at the 18. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. New series coming up following the punt. And the Falcons will take over. They've got 1st down from the 31. They go play action. Here's Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
They go play action here. He beams one deep right side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I get a little more bounce in my step when I see a fullback on the roster, and even more so, I'm bouncing up here in the booth when they get to tote the rock. I love using a fullback at 3rd and inches. Don't let your quarterback run that sneak and get hit. Use your bruiser to do the damage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, and against the better defenses in this league.
Penix working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Penix now on first down. Got it, man. Robinson has it. He's got to gain a 6 there. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a counter give to Robinson. His push straight ahead nets maybe a yard at most. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body, keep working that body, keep working that body, and eventually you can take the will away from your opponent.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles with the football. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
3rd and long for him here. Pass is cut at the 9. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Back to throw, Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
No touch it. No touch it.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
The kick by Hopkins is good. It sails right through a beautifully placed football.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
No touch it. No touch.
Throwing now off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. That's going to be caught by Carter. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
No touch.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Great, set. Silver, set. No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Jump off caught by his back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. They send the tight end in motion. On 1st down, here's Penix. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go.
Play action. Here's Penix. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 22 on that one. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Go.
Penix on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
Robinson on the inside give. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Penix here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Algier running behind center. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Here's Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and goal, backed all the way up to the 14 here. Man in motion, out of the slot. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Has it in close.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
So now, here's third and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. Ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Raleigh's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 14. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Great, set.
Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Escapes. Oh, he loses the football. And the Falcons scoop it up.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Along the sideline, and Pitts brings it in. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the shotgun, Penix finds his target, Robinson. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter.
Falcons 3.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And again, it's Penix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Penix working from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 3rd and goal. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 4th quarter lead. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Call up Yeti. Don't touch it.
Throwing here, Hurts. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Don't touch it.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. That's cut by Hollywood Brown. And he's taken down at the 30. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Great, set.
Here's Hurts. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Great, set. Hey, easy, 63, bad. Don't touch it.
Hurts throwing again. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
I like that, Kate. That's going to keep a defense honest. That proves that they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to hit.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Don't touch it.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that one's incomplete, pretty fortunately so. That was a big risk, nearly an end zone turnover. Instead, it brings up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this is from 47. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
Ready up.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Throw reeled in by London. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down, here's Penix. Got a man, Robinson has it. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st down, ball at the 36. Penix. Pitts brings it in. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Robinson. Has a big hole left. And he has it all the way down to the 8. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. It's 2nd and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Once more, it's Robinson. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. No gain, maybe just a couple of inches on the run. That brings up...
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Young Hui Koo out for the field goal. Pressure hanging over this kick. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
No touch it. No touch it.
Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
No touch it. Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni. 73. 73. No touch it.
Hurts trying again on second down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles losing by 4. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Great, check. Hey! Crowd left Yanni. No touch it.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch it.
Hurts back to the air after the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier will have aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of it.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
No touch it. No touch it.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Falcons have the football as he records his 12th INT of this season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Philadelphia.